Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are just going to configure our timer on Arduino in input capture mode using the register level programming. Let's get started. Initially, let's find out what are the input capture channels that is available in our Atmega 328 microcontroller that is available in Arduino. So you can see the only input capture pin or only input capture channel that is available in our Atmega 328 microcontroller is PB0, that is ICP1. So the timers available in our microcontroller is timer 0, timer 1 and timer 2. Among these timers we have only one input capture channel that is also available in timer 1. So we are just going to configure this channel in input capture mode. Let's get started. I have derived some steps for configuring this input capture in our timer 1. So I am copying all these steps and I am pasting inside the Arduino. You can see initially the first step is we just want to enable the global interrupt enable bit as we do. So I am just calling this SCI function for enabling the global interrupt enable bit. As we are going to use the input capture interrupt, we are enabling this global interrupt enable, and the next step is we just want to enable the required timer interrupt, that is nothing but the input capture interrupt. Going to our registers of timer 1, in the TIMSK1 register you can find this ICIE1 bit. This is nothing but timer or counter 1 input capture interrupt enable bit. So for enabling the input capture interrupt, we just want to set this bit in TIMSK1 register. So that's it. So this will enable the input capture interrupt enable bit of timer 1. And the next step is we just want to set the mode of the timer, and here also we just want the timer to be running in normal mode. So that can be set using the table over here. I just want to clear all the WGM10 to WGM13 bits. So this 10 and 11 is available in the TCC R1A. So I am clearing TCC R1A ampersand equal to negation of 1 left shift of WGM10 ampersand 1 left shift of WGM11, and after that you can find this WGM12 and 13 on the TCC R1B. So this will set the timer in normal mode. That is, the timer will be starting from 0 and it will be running till the maximum value 65535. As we know, this is a 16-bit timer. It will be having values from 0 to 2 power 16. And after 65535, it will be coming back to 0 and it will be counting up. And we just want to set the prescaler for timer as we did in the previous timer interrupt and timer output compare lectures. We are just going to set the prescaler to be 1024. That is, I am just going to set the CS12 and CS10, clearing the CS11. So these 3 bits are available in the TCC R1B register. So I am going to the TCC R1B and I am setting the CS10 and CS12, and I am clearing the CS11. So this will set the prescaler to be 1024. And now the system clock is 16 MHz and the timer clock is 16 MHz divided by the prescaler 1024, that is 15,625 Hz. So the time for one tick of the timer is nothing but 64 microseconds, that is inverse of 15,625. So this one tick of the timer is nothing but the time taken for the timer for counting one step. So the timer takes 64 microseconds for counting one step. So this is the calculation for one tick of the timer. And we just want to start the timer with the initial value. We know that the timer count register is TCNT1. So I am initiating the TCNT1 value to be 0. So this will start the timer, and after that we just want to implement the ISR function. I am doing it below the void loop. So the ISR function for input capture is timer1 capped. So this is the ISR timer1 capped vect. So this is the interrupt function for input capture, and inside this interrupt ISR, what I will do is I will capture the input capture register value at that moment to a variable called captured. So the input capture register is ICR1. So I will get the value of ICR1 to a variable called capture, and I am declaring the variable captured. I am doing it here. So you can see whenever this input capture interrupt event occurs, the value of the input capture register at that moment will be loaded to the variable called capture. I just forgot one step, that we just want to select the edge for capturing. That can be done by the bit ICES1 that is available in TCC R1B. So you can see this is the input capture edge select bit. So this bit selects the edge for capturing, that is when the ICES1 bit is 0, falling edge will trigger the input capture, and when it is 1, rising edge will trigger the capture. So we want the capture at rising edge, so I am setting the bit ICES1. So going to the TCC R1B, 1 let shift off ICES1, rising edge capture will be occurring. So that's all about the configuration part. And regarding the programming logic, what we are going to do is we are just going to connect a push button to the PB0 in pull down logic. So whenever we press the push button, a rising edge pulse will be given to the PB0, and whenever the button is pressed, this interrupt event will be occurring, and the input capture register value at that moment will be loaded to the variable called captured. So thus we will fetch the timer count value whenever the button connected to PB0 or the input capture channel is pressed. We will see the programming in the next lecture.